All right, here we are, February 1st, 2026. Let's take a look at the garden. So let's see, I think this was last Sunday. I planted some garlic. These two containers right here, 15 in each one, all the way around. I really need to trim these back. This one's looking pretty good, overwintering wise. So I think these two will maybe we'll keep for spring. I got some broccoli. It's nothing developing yet. Plants are still pretty small along here. You can see the garlic popping up. Some new growth on the pepper plant. Again, I need to prune these back. So let's see. This might be a cauliflower, and I think this one's a cabbage. Again, these ones over here are kind of small. Yeah, look at here, we got our first sunflower. Although I want to try to keep them out of my beds this year. Usually I have them along here, which is fine. But I think they're taken away from whatever I plant in my beds, but we'll see. This one's feeling pretty good. Might just keep it in here for a while. It's a little bit smaller than that one I had a few weeks back, but it looks really nice. Some broccoli in here. Already taken the main heads off. So we'll get some little tiny side shoots on this one. Yeah, there's a pretty good size shoots right there. Not bad. This bed is just doing really well. This parsley right here is just humongous. And we got the Swiss chard over here, rainbow variety. So we got some yellow and some red ones. Stuff's really good. First time growing that. So the weather's been really warm this January, and I don't think we've had any rain. So we're getting the broccoli. So this is what happens when things warm up. Eventually broccoli will do this anyway, but it opens up and starts to flower. So that's a decent one. I mean, it's small, and that's what happens. So I'll just trim this off, and I suppose I'll rely on some side shoots maybe. Another sunflower popping up over here. Little tiny one right in the middle there. That one looks a little different. I do have a few varieties of broccoli that I planted. Of course, I don't remember what they all were. Not sure what this is, but it's finally growing. Not sure what this is. That might even be celery. Once you grow celery, and it goes to seed, that stuff pops up everywhere. A little tiny bell pepper down here I gotta pick. Another one right there. Anyway, these are hanging in there. I need to prune them. More little side shoots. So once you get the main head, which I've done on most of these already, you can keep the broccoli plants for a while. These carrot containers, look at that. I mean, I got some massive growth on here. see in here, but they're probably ready to start picking. And a view of all this Swiss chard. And of course the peas are just doing great. I mean, they're really overplanted, but that's fine. I got a giant Ziploc in the freezer full. So these are looking nice, very productive. The plants are still doing well. Definitely need to come out here and harvest some more. The pods are edible, but I usually just shell them anymore. Yeah, definitely need to pick these, or some of them. They don't all have this blush red, but when they do, it's pretty cool. I like this variety too. They got really nice flowers that will turn into the peas. Peas everywhere. Very productive. Look at all these. And like I said, most of my broccoli, the main heads are already gone, but these side shoots are getting pretty decent size. I mean, these plants in general are almost, I'd say they're about 3 feet in diameter easily. So broccoli plants can get very big. Obviously, these are in the ground and they will get bigger. These ones over here won't get as big, but still will be pretty good. There's a nice one. Definitely a different variety. I wonder if that's I forgot what it's called, but it's a really cool one, and they look really spiral heads, really trippy. Romanesca, that's what it is. Yeah, this one's finally growing. It was weird, it only had like one leaf. I think something broke off of it, but it's finally coming back. I just really love these red cabbage plants, especially when they're really big. They got a really nice color. That purple in there just really looks cool. And I got some red mustard, I believe. Yeah, that was from seed. So a lot of my stuff from seed this year, I don't know, just didn't really sprout. I had a few things, so most things are starters from the store. Anyway, this is a really cool plant they have. These things get really big. They get as easily as big as that Swiss chard that I have, if not bigger. And a really beautiful plant. So these ones in the containers got a ways to go. I planted them at different stages. So these plants are younger. But I really gonna need these containers come spring, so we'll see how that all goes. I got tons of onions this year. Of course, these are gonna be around probably until June or so. But they do well in smaller containers, big containers, whatever. There's another red cabbage. Not sure why this one is really taking its time. More onions. This one, I gotta get this. This is from last year. I must have forgot to pull that one. Anyway, I gotta get in here and clean up. Look at all these weeds popping up, but that's all right. I'll clean them up. The onions will look better. It's weird. Some of these are taking off. I mean, look at this one. These are getting big already. That's a trip. And yet over here, these ones are really small, so. Like I said, they got a ways to go. They don't really grow a lot at this point in time of the year, at least. Come springtime, they really take off. And I guess it depends on the varieties too. But anyway, these are all onions over here. I easily got, I don't know, 300 maybe. Let's see. This plant down here, I weed whacked a couple weeks ago. I think it's coming back, so that's cool. Got this tomato plant that when I got rid of all my tomatoes, I don't know, November, December, took a big branch and I planted it. And I actually did a few of those, and this is the only one that survived. So anyway, it's looking pretty good. It's one tomato. I won't need the plant. Yeah, these broccoli, I've already taken the main heads, but still producing. Yeah, I'm not sure if this, well, I'm pretty sure this is done, this cherry tomato. I don't know. Let's see, I got a little, like, yeah, right there, right in the middle. This little growth, so it's still possible to get some things growing, but I'll probably just pull them and replant. And I have a few of these over here, more brassicas, probably a broccoli, and a couple cabbage plants. Anyway, just a quick rundown of the February garden. I need to do some weeding in here. But it's interesting, a lot of this stuff growing in here. Let's see if I can get in here. Some of this is lettuce. So similar to what I mentioned about the celery, when lettuce goes to seed as well, they just grow everywhere. So a lot of this stuff in here is lettuce I can use. So obviously a lot of it is not, but got a couple kale. There's one there and another one over there amongst all this weed and lettuce. Got some radishes. I think I grew these from seed, actually. So I don't know, I guess they definitely need to be picked. I've never grown them before. Got 3 of them in here. But anyway, this is the garden. Looking good. This bed is just really taking off. Oh yeah, and I got 3 plants of celery in here. These ones I had starter plants from the store, so anyway, this stuff is really good. It's a beautiful plant to have. Look at these colors on these plants. I mean, it's just cool. Yeah, so this is that lettuce that's popping up all over the ground out there. This stuff just comes up every year. I don't know, here's some old onions from last year. I don't see any bulbs, I just need to clear them out. These are the leeks from last year. I don't know, I just wasn't happy with them. Anyway, clear those out come spring. I don't know if this plant will make it. I do have a couple little lunchbox sweet peppers. I'll try pruning it. We still have some green on here, so they have survived the winter so far. Still expecting some winter weather, so they may not make it. This one does not look like it made it, but it's hard to tell. I'll typically just replace them anyway. The green onions, I've had this, oh man, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. I just pluck the green ones when I want, and it just keeps growing back. Let's take a look at this really quick. This pumpkin that came up from Osty's seed that I throw out here. Look at that, it's still here. Anyway, little tiny thing. But anyway, that's the garden. My winter garden, February so far. You know, each of these cloves of garlic, you plant a clove of garlic in it, it will grow into a full head. Anyway, we'll see you next month. March is typically tomato time, so we'll see what I get.